Hello, this is Steve White and this is an excerpt from my lesson pack for drum.dog. Please enjoy. Hello, Steve White here and welcome back to another of my drum dog sessions. I'm going to talk about creativity, just taking very, very simple ideas and just see where you can run with them. A lot of the stuff that I do is actually pretty simple. It's taking rudiments and applying them to the drum set and just expanding ideas through subdivisions and just sort of certain developments. I'm just going to give you a little insight into that just by taking something very, very simple and showing you how we might develop it around the drum kit. So it's just going to be triplets, just simple eighth note triplets. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, straight away, you can probably hear that I'm accenting the first beat of the triplet. Okay, so 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet. So that gives you a clue as to where I'm actually going with this, because what I'm going to do is to start to bring in some of these variations and some of these creative ideas. I'm going to start to move the accent. So firstly, it will go from the on beat to the off beat, 1 triplet. So if I contrast that with the accent on the beat, you get this. You can move that about through any combination of on beats and off beats, and it starts to sound quite funky and interesting. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to play 2 accents across the triplets, and it starts to kind of sound a little bit polyrhythmic. I'll go from the on beat triplet accent to 2 together, and you can hear the difference. Now that's with the accent at the top of the triplet. It could be at the back of the triplet. Either way, we've got some nice, interesting variations of just bringing accents into triplets. So that's just a few little examples of accents. Now, obviously, we can take those onto different sound sources. We can take them onto the toms, we can take them onto the cymbals and provide a little more texture. So that's just having a little bit of fun, just improvising using accents, on beats, off beats, groups of 2 across the triplet and just taking it on to different sounds. Now, how do we expand this even further? One of my favourite things to do is to introduce flams. So where we're playing the accent, we introduce a flam. Now there's all sorts of possibilities. That's known as the flam accent or the flam triplet. You can play the flam accent, flam triplet, with the accent at the top of the triplet. Or you can play it at the back of the triplet, 1 triplet. And then you can start to move the flam through the triplet and just improvise a bit. Now, interestingly, moving the flam accent through the triplet, but keeping the hand on one sound source, i.e. the X-hat that I've got here, and just playing them between the two hands actually comes up with some quite nice sort of Afro-Cuban sort of patterns. However, I digress slightly. Back to playing the flams and playing the triplets and playing different notes around the kit. It really sounds nice and it's like a kind of a fat sound when you play the flams and play them off the toms and move the accent through the triplet. It's a really nice fat sound when you move the flams through the triplet and just put the hands around the drum kit. Drummers like Todd Zuckerman and Steve Smith are absolute masters at doing this, so thank you for the influence, guys, because I have copied quite a lot of what you've actually done. So just going to move the flams up to different sounds. So some other options that we can do are changing the sticking patterns. We don't have to stick with single stroke rolls. We could play double strokes across the triplet. So I'll go from singles into doubles and then move them around the drum kit. Just texturally, it sounds a little bit different. Then we could try something like a double paradiddle across the triplet, which sounds really nice. Right, left, right, left, right, right, left, right, left, right, left, left. So I just finished off with a couple of flams. Channel in your inner Ginger Baker with that one. That's just playing a double paradiddle with a little ostinato on the double pedal. But that's a really nice thing to do. It's just still triplets, okay? So different sticking patterns. We have the possibility then to play the unaccented notes in the triplet as bounces, and then we get 5-stroke rolls on beat and off beat. I'll play it slowly at first. So creatively, when you put it all together, you might have something that sounds like this. I'm just going to play a simple swing rhythm and just go into some of the examples that I've just demonstrated. hope it's given you some food for thought.